you like hockey.
No.
Oh.
Except when they fight.
Welcome back to Thembo Cinema. We're doing a rewatch of a series that involves machetes, horny teenagers, marijuana. So I heard you're not supposed to say marijuana anymore.
You're not.
Shit. Recreational drugs and hockey goalies. Hockey goalies. You can tell I speak a sport. I do it activities with the balls.
You have sported.
I move them. We're doing 1980s Friday the 13th.
Not to be confused with 1995's Friday.
Damn!
10. 11. 12. Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, ever since I've known you, I've always known that Jason is your favorite.
Yes, absolutely. Ever since I laid my eyes on his cold, dead eyes.
This comes on the heels of 1978's hit film Halloween, so there was a lot of copycats from that film. Basically holiday horror. Yeah, you know,
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, My Bloody Valentine.
And now you got Friday the 13th, and this one, they just hit big with this one, let me tell you. I don't think when they made this, they'd think that we'd still be talking about it today, much less have like 12 films in the series.
Not 13 though.
Oh, we should hitch a ride to old Camp Blood and see what the kids are doing down at Crystal Lake.
Oh look, a green Jeep is pulling up. I'm sure they won't murder me in the woods.
Those kids better not be smoking or doing or nothing because...
Or doing weird, insensitive Native American impersonations.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Play the picture. Bunch of well-to-do teenagers singing Bible songs around a campfire. What could go wrong?
Oh, we love a killer's POV. Ooh, the famous I heard his killer mommy like mama, but it sounds like pa pa pa. It sounds like pa.
Right, but it's actually a pa pa. And honey on the other side. Hallelujah.
Yeah, this song gets me really horny too.
He's gonna hurt her and himself. This is terrible.
He's lasting longer than the guys at the beginning of Halloween.
The shirts were untucked.
We weren't doing anything, we were just messing around.
Oh.
Ooh, first death.
Friday the 13th wasn't the first one. Really solidified that if you have sex in a horror movie, you die. You die. I mean, they didn't even really have sex. They just did a little heavy petting, you know, like top of the clothes shit.
Right? He was about to dislocate her hip. It's coming. Look out!
Oh, I got insurance. It's fine.
Friday, June 13th, the present.
I must have seen that Kojak 82 times.
Excuse me, how far is Camp Crystal Lake from here?
What is this girl's name?
Annie.
Annie. Oh, wait. Here's my boyfriend. The guy that...
Ralph.
My boyfriend, Ralph, he warns all of the children not to go to the lake. Because
It's got a death curse!
because that. Dun, 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 dun.
Ching ching.
Hey, Marcy.
Oh, here we have a young Kevin Bacon, the degrees of, what is it, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Well, I like it crispy, so make it 7. One thing about the Friday the 13th franchise is that it's not short of male eye candy.
He's chopping wood in like jeans that are just trying to choke him to death.
Oh.
Steve Fisty. Jeff Bernard.
Marcy.
This is Marcy. I'm Ned Rubenstein. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. Thank you. This is Alice.
Hi.
There's the non-binary like side.
I don't know how to see this.
Alice is semi-memorable to me as a final girl. She doesn't go up there with the Nancys. She's not Ellen Ripley.
Right.
I think she's pretty smart, and I think that, you know, she doesn't get the best treatment in part 2. I think maybe they could have lengthened her journey through the series a bit.
She is very much like, just like an every girl type of girl.
Yeah.
Like, she's not, you know, like, gonna bust out like a super kick or like...
She's a Laurie Strode
Yeah.
prototype.
Basically.
You know?
Laurie Strode in the woods.
This girl just jumping into anybody's vehicle.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know.
Well, that was the turn.
Hey, wasn't that the road up for Camp Crystal Lake back there? I think we better stop.
What would you do?
She's already getting her coat.
She's like, I'm too beautiful for this.
Lady Bird.
Like, I like that she didn't spend a lot of time, like, pussyfooting around. She's like, I'm gonna jump. Oh, fuck. Yeah, she's rough.
Yeah. She didn't, like, tuck and roll well enough. Oh, no. How did you get cut off, girl? 1980 blew the tits off of everyone because they showed, like, layers in the neck.
That Tom Savini goodness.
He's amazing.
The piece was very small that was on my neck, so there was already a slit in the piece, and it was covered very well, so the tube, you know, just ran down my sleeve, and Tom was right there working the blood, just right off camera.
Wow, look, Kevin Bacon in a Speedo.
Where?
There.
Something's wrong with Ned.
I absolutely love this scene because there's a bunch of actors who got like a 15-minute course on how to save someone who's drowning, and they all just throw everything at the wall. But my favorite part, she throws the ring. Who? Why? For what? When? How?
And then she just puts it on the...
And then Kevin Bacon.
I never noticed that.
Right, and then she just tosses it to the side because it was never needed. Ooh, I forgot about this scene.
Oh, the snake?
Yeah.
Peter! Peter! Peter!
Playing the scene, and the poor snake. It was a real snake, and he was chopped into bits. And for that, on behalf of myself and anyone who's ever harmed a snake, I would like to tell all snakes, poisonous or not, I'm sorry.
That was CGI, I swear. There's just a lot of problematic shit in this scene, just jumbled up talking to each other. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like,
Look, skirt. He like walks it around.
you
Okay. Oh, he got it. Oh, he got it. Oh, did he get a bump? Oh, he's swerving. Oh.
I had never been on a motorcycle before. And in fact, I did fall on my ass.
He barely got. Oh, you got a turn, baby.
he used to pull himself over.
The cameraman finally took mercy on him.
Messenger of God.
This is cursed.
Sherelle.
Cursed. God sent me. Get out of here, man.
God. It's G-A-W-D. God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Oh, here comes the classic line. Give it to me, give it to me.
You're all doomed.
Okay, you can barely drive that bike like that cop with a motorcycle.
See, okay, but he's drunk.
Ralph's not drunk. He can't afford liquor.
He's drunk on God.
Mental illness. Oh, same thing.
Here are two teenagers walking on a log. Seems they're doing a mating ritual. She's like, this is cottagecore as fuck. She's like wistfully looking out in the rainstorm. Wow.
It's easy. Instead of paying rent, you pay clothes. Bill can be banker.
This movie series has brought the concept of strip monopoly, and also in later installments the Camp Blood card game to my attention, and that's just wild to me.
I like that reveal. I like that we don't even see it. I kind of like that it's just like a reveal.
Right.
That's actually
it brings it because we also
pleasure.
we just saw like Annie's like brutal death, so then they're kind of like, we're pulling back a sec, and then they throw it at you literally from this point on.
Kevin Bacon has one of the most iconic deaths in the franchise to me. I don't know if it's because it's like the first movie, but just like because it's Kevin Bacon.
It's also really good.
Yeah, it still holds up to today. Like, I love watching the behind the scenes about how they made that, and like I bet they would still use a lot of the same techniques today.
In Kevin Bacon's case, we put that wife beater on the fake body. He's like on his knees under the bed with his head here, and here's the fake body. Me and my buddy Tasso under there, and I'm pushing the arrow through, and Tasso was pumping the blood, but an accident occurred. The tube separated from Tasso's pump, so he grabbed it and blew in it, and that's what made the blood shoot out, which gurgle. It was a happy accident. It made the effect, bloodier, grislier.
Oh my god, the blood drip.
Oh, I think that's gotta be the best kill of the movie. Now, like on a DVD or HD, you can really see the discoloration from the neck.
Right.
But like, I bet back in the day, you cannot see that
No.
like at a movie theater or old VHS.
Yeah. No, I remember watching it on TV, like back in the day, like on like a box TV, and like you couldn't tell.
Everybody's running around in the fucking dark. I felt like so much of the movie took place in the dark.
In the dark. Added this sparkle of rain because the rain that they had wasn't reading unless the lightning was on. Look at her.
Oh, you got that. Oh, yeah, show off your earring. Show off this ear apparel.
Yes. Jason is joining me. He's hanging from my ear.
When I looked into that mirror, I knew I'd always be ugly.
Oh, wait. Said Lizzie, you'll always be plain.
You're bacon fried, girl.
Imagine making the bacon.
Kira Sedgwick knows.
Wait, can we do it along with her?
Oh my god, the delayed reaction. I can't.
That prosthesis, that axe prosthesis is amazing.
Yeah, that looks real good. That is another huge like Friday the 13th thing why people like love them. People kept on coming back is like the effects were ostentatious and you always knew it was going to be wild.
I love too that it's like back in the day, of course I wasn't around. These Budweiser bottles look like old-timey medicine bottles. Look at those. Like, it looks like it should have 3 X's on the side. And it's like...
Is that fucking moonshine?
Here's some liquid cocaine for your blood ghosts.
As long as, like, don't put a trans woman on it. That's what it's really about. Oh my god.
Bicon Brenda just ran off into the rainy sunset. Half naked. She got naked and then was like, oh, it's time to go outside. Okay.
I love
the diner.
All the Friday the 13th have like diners and restaurants and stuff.
Diner. This is a diner that still exists to this day. It has.
I love it.
It's so tiny. It's still around. They have like a Jason statue in the restaurant. It's all the signage is there.
So you can hash with your hash browns. Oh, look, it's Georgie from It.
Wow, look, he drives a Jeep. How very suspicious. Do I smell a red herring? Oh no, my
Oh
legs
yeah,
are
it's like honestly hard when you watch this movie for so many times. It's hard to like picture what the audience must have been going through. They're paying attention to the cars. They're paying attention to who's who. So they're yes, like
the guy who's opening up the camp.
Oh
wow, she's right in the middle of the frosted glass.
Sorry, Brenda.
Dear diary, mood apathetic. She has like the candle holder. She's like a honk schnoo type of bitch with her nightgown. Can you imagine sleeping in all of that fabric and then have blankets on?
I can't even sleep with socks on.
Brenda, get out of there!
Bright light! Bright light!
I can't.
Does she fuck or do drugs?
No, she was just queer coded. Trying to get with both Alice and Bill, okay? She was trying to get the counselor sandwich going. Counselor sandwich doesn't happen till the second one, and there's a skewer.
What is going on?
It's like wicked funny that throughout the films when they're in Camp Crystal Lake, there's really no kids until the 6th movie, and then still, I think that's the only movie when the camp is actually operational. He's going around trying to look at why the light's out, or he's looking for Brenda.
Well, they were for a second, but then they're like, oh, she clearly went to go have a threesome with Jack and Marcy, so it's cool.
We'll be laughing about this tomorrow. I promise.
But she will. Oh my god.
Do you think her name is Alice because it's like Alice in Wonderland?
I think that's what her parents named her. She's a very real person.
Wait, that's not the same cop as before, though. I like this cop
No.
way more than the other one that couldn't drive.
Oh, ma'am. We didn't find any boy.
Hello? Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
What was he gonna do to her? Why was he coming that close? Sorry, no, she was self-defense. No, another one. There you go.
Another one bites the dust.
This is just Bodies, Bodies. The sequel, the prequel to Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I can't wait for the sequel, Bodies, 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 Bodies.
And I can't wait for like the spin-off. Legs!
I'm like, how did she sleep in this antique doily, like a maestro shirt?
It looks like the inside of a coffin.
Alice found the Coke jar. This movie's about to get wild.
See, like, I would be
He got one through the dick.
Ooh. This is what it takes to be a camp counselor.
She makes like a bowling, ties it. This is some ingenuity from Miss Alice. God.
Ooh, I like
Look
that
at her with the fork. Why'd she put the bat down to do the fork?
It's like, we gotta eat a Kardashian-sized salad or something.
You're gonna look at this dead body. Ah!
Oh!
Look at this dead
Another
body I
Friday the
made.
13th classic trope, throwing dead bodies through windows. Or just chucking dead bodies in general.
That's honestly kind of iconic that Brenda was like the first one in the Friday the 13th
to get chucked.
To get chucked through a window.
Yeah.
Because that is something they do a good amount.
I didn't know the twist when I was younger.
Look at that sweater.
Well, I'm Mrs. Royce, an old friend.
Mrs. Who? An old friend of the Christies.
Oh, Betsy Palmer. Before Chris Evans had the gorgeous cord white sweater, it was Betsy Palmer. I would run to her too. She looks so inviting with that
looks like a
sweater.
mom.
She's like, hey, you know, like your mom who smoked. And
My mom had her hair short like that when I was younger. So like this is just like a mom.
I've said to people, I say, why? Why do you love her as much as you do when she's supposed to be this dreadful human being? And they say, because we understand why you did it.
Did you know that a young boy drowned? The year before those two others were killed.
Yeah, I did it.
The counselors weren't paying any attention. They
were
were making
making
love. Preparing meals. Here, I was the cook. Jason should have watched
Every minute.
He wasn't a very good swimmer.
Clearly. I get that, like, the camp counselors should have been watching this boy because he was being so picked on especially, but where were you? I know you were working in the cafeteria, but why were you just letting your boy be picked on and submitted to all of this? Where were the parents?
My only child.
We didn't know already. The gag is there's no Jason in this movie.
You never paid any attention.
Look what you did to him!
Still good. Ah!
She just slaps the shit out of her.
Oh my god. The camera point of view.
She's such a dumb bitch.
Oh yeah, I like that she hides though. Like, I remember feeling the tension when I was younger. It's very much Laurie in the closet in Halloween.
She fully grabs. Okay.
Would you ever hide in a closet?
If it had a cast iron skillet in it that I could club someone over the frickin' face with.
You see that?
She just went for it. They just had like kind of a lightsaber battle with like a machete and a frying pan.
Oh my god, look how skinny she is.
Look out!
Watch out!
She caught the oar. Oh, she hit her with it. But she just fucking bashes her face off the sand. Get the machete!
Ah, she gives no fucks.
Look out! Pammy, duck! Oh no!
Oh my god. Peep the fucking effects guys. Harry Knuckles!
Play the Seinfeld clip of she's got man hands.
I mean, I don't have hair on the back of my hands, you know, like he did. I thought that was a little weird in one shot.
If you watch the movie, when Betsy Palmer is decapitated, her hands come up into frame and kind of like a grabbing air. They're Tasso's hands with hairy knuckles. It's not Betsy Palmer, you know, it's these big meat puffs that he's got as hands.
They were only at the end of Carrie. Carrie was the first one where, like, she came up at the end at the grave, the hand came up. That was the first one to really be like, what the fuck? And then every horror movie started to do it after that. Friday the 13th does it. Nightmare on Elm Street does it. It's an ending that feels like it isn't real. Like it's just a fantasy. Oh, we're so
nice.
Oh, shit, it's Kellyanne Conway. Oh, it's Marjorie Green Taylor.
It's Quasimodo.
Let her out.
Marjorie Green. Marjorie Taylor Green.
Marjorie Taylor Green.
Marjorie Green Taylor?
Why is the cop hot?
Stop.
He's not a real cop, it's so fine.
Are they all dead?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Just about.
Do you remember very much?
The boy. Is he dead too?
Who?
The boy, Jason. Who attacked me, the one who pulled me underneath the water.
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
Then he's still there?
And was that real? I mean, I think that was some sort of premonition in her mind, right?
Something like that.
Because Jason's like a lot older than that now. But like, you know, like if you saw this in 1980, you don't really think Jason's that much of a factor, so that really was a shock. I mean, it wasn't right what she did. It wasn't correct. But it's sad.
It's
loss.
sad.
So that was Friday the 13th. It's always so nice to re-examine these films we've seen so many times, and I really do get something new out of them every time, especially because I tend to take them for granted.
Yeah.
Especially these big franchises.
And sometimes, like, I'm prone to, like, oh, I'm gonna watch all of these, so, like, I barely remember the first one by the time I'm done of my, like, multi-hour binge of watching this whole series.
So, like, the big news in this one is that, no, there is no Jason Voorhees in this film, but I feel like the movie really stands on its own, and I think Pamela Voorhees is one of the great horror mothers, horror movie villains of all times. It's all through loss, it's all through pain. I mean, you don't agree with why she's doing this shit, it doesn't really make sense, because these aren't the kids that, you know, like, were there that night your son died or
Right,
whatever,
it was 20 years ago, Pam.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Basically just doing what Jason does for the next 12 films, which is imprinting their loss and their trauma onto whatever camp counselor and hot, sexy, young, you know, pot-smoking thing comes up to Camp Crystal Lake.
I love pointing out the funny stuff because, like, as you said, it's like low budget, like kind of unplanned on the fly.
The characters feel like the actors, and like I feel like, you know, they had a little bit of character work, but they mainly kind of, they felt like they played themselves a little bit. But like, extremely likable cast, and I'm sure to some people this movie might seem a little like slow-paced for modern audiences, but I think that if you allow yourself to kind of get in that groove, and if you're in the mood for it, it's got like a good atmosphere to it. So.
The mother was mothering.
Right.
She was like over mothering. Mothering. Over.
She was mother, but she wasn't mothering.
Mothered.
She is like up there with like...
Now she's unmothered.
She's up there with Norma Bates. She's up there with Norma Bates as far as like horror mothers, and Norman and Jason are the ultimate like mommy issues killers.
Well, I very much enjoyed this watch, and I'm very much going to enjoy this series.
Throughout this year, we're gonna keep up with this series while adding some other videos to the channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us. So we'll see you guys next time for part 2. Until then, no sex, no smoking the pot, doing nothing. Don't go to no camp, that's for sure.
Boo.
Why don't you just wrap yourself in plastic bubbles and we'll see you then.
Boo.
Bye!